This video is to explain how I use Trade Saber automated software. Trade Saber is a software that automates a setup. In this case, it is a EMA 20 gold line, 50 white line cross trade. And then the salmon color bars are shorts, the light green are the longs. I have this ES as a chart. I don't really trade ES, but it just came across me from some ideas that I've had from other charts I've seen in the past, and I wanted to give it a shot to see what it was like. It's been great. I had it on Sim last week, and it just won every day with no really intervention by me. Today's the first day you put it on a $50,000 Apex account. And of course, you can see out of the gate, this was 5 seconds before open, so this would have lost. I really might not have activated. I would just hit probably off here because I don't like to trade into these zones. And sure enough, look what happened. 4 ticks is a win. We didn't get 4 ticks. This one was confident was going to win because normally when you come from the zone, it's going to your next zone. This yellow line's a Ludwig level, which are very strong. And eventually it did get to these levels, and you'll see. Anyway, this was a loss. And if you could see, this didn't get stopped out here, but you never got 4 ticks. 4 ticks is there, just missed. So this would have been, so a loss is 3 points, 2 contracts, 150 and 150, 300, 300. You're down 600 here. The way I traded, I wound up 600 here because I didn't take the losses. I used dollar cost averaging, which I'm looking for somebody to train me on, but nobody, I can't get anybody. Most professionals say, oh, you shouldn't trade like that. I passed 3 funded accounts like that, and hopefully I do find somebody to confirm what I'm doing or improve upon what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm that close from, just being unstoppable and picking how much money I want to make. So anyway, let me explain what I did with this Trade Saber. Even with the NQ, I don't really just take any signals. I have to have room to get paid. And by room to get paid, I mean, again, I'm not taking it to zone, but this one I will take because it's clear. But what did that mean in this case? Not much, because it lost anyway. I did not take the loss. I added instead of taking the loss, I moved the stop here, thinking this zone was going to protect me. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Another safety net I have is this little numbers here. This is an indicator I had made by a programmer where it takes me out of a trade. I could dictate how much. In this case, I have it set at 1,000. If I get a trade and it goes down $1,000, like if this would have pulled back 1,000, it would have knocked me out. I could disengage it when I want, and I did do that a little later in the day, you'll see. Or I could take a profit at a certain, if I'm, say $200 away from my profit target, I could just click this, and when a trade gets to $200 profit, it's going to close it out for me. I don't really use that. I close out the trades myself. I never, one of my bad habits was I never, I don't have a risk tolerance because, I have risk capital, and with Apex, it's not even my money. So, if you ask me what my risk tolerance, well, in this case, it's $2,500 because that's what Apex gives me. So I'm willing to risk that. Now, you don't want to blow your account, so I keep it at 1,000 because trading this way, I rarely lose 2 in a row. And if I lose 1,000, I can generally get it back to at least break even. And I try to get green. I don't care if it's $100, $50, $200. I don't necessarily go for the full 400 if I lose $1,000 trade. It's just about getting that drawdown back to 2,500. It's more about that. Even if I'm down a few hundred for the day, it's getting your drawdown almost to full capacity. So that's my logic. So again, to explain the trade, and I think I have it on a chart where the actual trades or the marked up on it. I added in maybe here or here, and you can see it came back, and then I got paid. I think I even have the trades for the day. So that was trade 1. I was probably up 100 and change. And then, this is what I did. There's no trade here, but I seen this level. There was a strong move down while I was sleeping. And then I don't get up till 9ish or so. You could see this level, boom, boom. So I knew this level was strong because it was getting hit 3 times, 4 times. Before the market opened, it could not get through it. Even when the market did open, it couldn't get through it. So after this trade went, and I dollar cost average in and won it, I actually hit, there's something called quick long. If you hit quick long, it puts you in a trade like you got a signal. So I hit it right here. I don't know if it was here or here. It was one of these, wherever I put it, and you can see they won pretty much immediately. Boom. So now at this point, these two trades, I went from being down 300 to up 300. I'm only looking for 4, and then these setups come. And what normally happens with these charts, it's going here. The same way I thought this was going here, I thought this was going, and eventually you're going to see it did go there, right to there. So I wasn't wrong where it was going to go. It just took a little detour first. So this was a pretty troublesome trade, and that I got in right here. I was $100 away. That's what I said. Well, get up and maybe you should stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see I needed 4 ticks. I had 2 contracts. I was looking for 4 ticks, $100, going to be up, 420, done for the day. Well, that never happened. So I added a contract here. I really thought this was going to flip somewhere. I didn't think it was kind of all the way back here because it shot up, and normally once it's up here, it's not coming back. Well, you can see it did. It was some kind of strong down move. I added one here, added another one here. It took a little more heat. I was real close to this $1,000 level right when it's here, and I would hate to get knocked out. And then this happened because chances are I was pretty confident this was going to come back and at least get me to break even. At least if it was going to get through, it was going to at least kind of pull back a little bit and get me out at break even. And that's all I was looking for. I was also keeping an eye on NQ, and NQ started to make a move a little bit before this. It had some, higher highs, higher lows. I don't even, I'm confused with the terms. But anyway, it made some higher movements right before this. And when I saw that, I was like, it's going. Because NQ was going. This was ready to go. Hitting this level with NQ, it was going to go. So, again, I added here. And then, actually, by the time this shot so quick, for ES to go almost 10 points in a minute, that's, like NQ movement there. So it just shot up 10 points in a minute. I want to make it 300 on this trade, and I'll show you the chart. And it went from 300 profit to 600 profit. And I'll see if I can show you the actual trades. Change. Here we go. All right. So again, first trade gets in. I DCA'd, I think, here. And you can see nice profit there. This is the next one. So by this time I was up 300. Took this trade here where I just hit quick long. Boom. I'm up 300 here. Again, looking for 4 ticks, and just look what a mess this was. Gets in. I added here. I added here a little bit early. I really thought this was going to flip at any second, so I didn't want to make sure I was in it. Took more heat. Again, this was close to that $1,000. I disengaged it. I was willing, I knew I got a $2,500 buffer. I was willing to take that chance. If I blew the account, whatever. What does it cost me? $36. So I took the chance. And listen, in the past, that has gone against me, and I had to blow the account. I'm getting better at it now, only because I know these levels so well. So anyway, you could see within a minute, boom, another $300, 600 for the day, done. I'll show you the trades. It really doesn't have any losing trades. Even though you see these red trades in here, look at the wins and look at the losses. Largest losing trade, $29. This one was 16. That's 4. The wins, 45, 45. Those are the 4 ticks minus commission. And the second contracts, I get, whatever I can out of it. And you can see the last one was the DCA. That's why this is the one that I put in at that zone. And, that's where I made the money right there on that contract that I added. And I probably should have just waited for it to come back there, but I really thought it was just going up from there. So anyway, you can see the trades there. This is the NQ chart real quick. This was like flawless today. I was kind of trading both charts at the same time. I'm really not good looking at more than one thing at a time, but I did somehow manage it. This one I didn't activate till 35, and then there was no trades till here. You can see what I did. This is set up for a 10-point stop or candle stop. It's about 10 points. And a 3-point target, 12 ticks. In this case, my second contract is 10 points. But with this zone here, I know a lot of times it comes back and stops you out and you only get 3 points. I took 120. I put my targets right there. I got 120 right there. This one I wasn't watching. And the funny thing is, if I would have done this same thing here, like the logic I thought, which normally happens, it didn't happen. It went right through it, and I would have made 10 points here, but it didn't. In this case, look, same exact setup, except a different level. it goes in. If I would have put my target, I wasn't watching this one. It got break even +2 and $60 here. So maybe up $200 at this point. But if I would have put it here instead of, probably a good $100 difference at least, that's got to be 5 points, or maybe more right here. So that's why these levels, I think, come into play about taking profits even. And even if it blasts through, it doesn't bother me. If I made money, I made money. I don't care if it blasts through there. Because more times than not, it takes you out. And you just gave back, 6, 7 points right here. Same exact thing here. This one looks like I traded it perfectly. 3 points, put my target here. Boom. That got me up over. That got me at $400 here. Actually, I think it was $3.99. The software, because the software took this trade, I thought I was done, and I went back to ES at this point. Because you can see I was still dealing with ES. It got $60 here. And again, then it stopped out. And if you look, if I would have took this trade, took both of them right here, instead of 60, I would have got 120. Again, so I feel like the logic here on ES, NQ, I trade NQ better than ES for some reason, even though it's a crazy market. It just works well for me. I'll go back to the live chart so I can take a quick look and see these signals. Again, if you go back to the open, the market moves so fast in the morning. I don't even know if these got it filled, because if it doesn't get filled, once it goes 5 bars, if it doesn't pull back, you're not getting it. So I don't even know if these would have got filled. They all won though. Look, one. Again, you got to go 3 points. Everything got at least 3 points, and these got probably, you might have got the 10s on these. So, you're at a full 10 and a 6 is 260. This one, obviously, you got $60. And again, do you want to take a trade into here? But if you did, 260, 63.20, plus here, another 60, and this was at least 10 points you would have got. But it looks like you might have got stopped out on the second contract. Anyway, I activated here, and you can see 934. It didn't take this trade because it wasn't 935 yet, and then 935 was back and forth, so nothing. So here it is, first trade, boom. Second trade, boom. Third, fourth, 5. This probably lost, but again, how many times you go into the well here? Even if you didn't hit your profit here, after 4 or 5 wins in a row, you gotta watch it. Now, I would think it's going here, and it never made it. It never even made it to this level. So that close. You might have got. I think you missed 3 ticks by like a tick, which would have sucked. And if I was dollar cost averaging here using my method of I'll just add here because it's going to hit the level and bounce. Well, it didn't. This would have been a $1,000 loser because it blasted through. I would have added in here. I would have lost $1,000 here. So that's the reason why you don't dollar cost average, because chances are if I was starting trading here, after 4 wins in a row, I don't know if I would have kept going, because generally it does flip and then you get your shorts. But look, even these shorts. If you think, I'm going to go short now. Yeah, you might have won this one. But if you if you lost this and you didn't take your loss, you're dead. You're losing $1,000 right there if you dollar cost average, especially if you're adding in here and here, it's done. So you can see it actually did hit that level again, and then you get your turnaround. The way I like to trade, I like putting a sell right here and boom. And look, sell right here, boom. That's why these Ludwig levels are gold. I mean, eventually, you say it gets through 1, 2, third time it gets through, and boom. Now it becomes support. These are the trades I love. It got through. This one, I probably wouldn't have took into that because I don't know which way it's going at this point. When I see this, I'm thinking we got it. And it probably did shoot up. I think the market was up to the end. Now you're killing it. Boom. Now you're back in it. This is where I would have liked to activate and boom, boom, boom. If you're going to activate it, do it there. And again, how many in a row? Now you can see you got a loss here, back to the wins. You're at this level. Again, once you get to these levels, you kind of got to stop because you don't know is it going to hit and turn around, or does it become, support and shoot up. Eventually, I think it just shot straight up today. It got through, yeah. Once you get through now, I don't know if the next long won, but I bet it did. There you go. And a big winner. Only because I've seen it so much when you get these moves off these levels, and it's probably going to this level. And I wasn't watching at this point. Sure enough, boom. Look at all those wins in a row. You know, how much money you need there. And then look at blast it right through it. Anyway, pretty wild stuff, right?